We're here with Solomon Dumas on the eve of the Ailey season to talk about this is your first city center season, isn't it?
Yes. I had an opportunity as a student in the school to perform with the Ailey Company in Memoria, and I also had an opportunity to perform Revelations as a member of Ailey 2. There was a point in time when there was a major Revelations, we called it 50 Grad, when we included students and Ailey 2 members, as well as company members and past members, alumni from the Ailey Company. But this will be my first City Center as a dancer with Alvin American Dance Theater, so I'm very honored and excited to be a part of the program. We have an extremely diverse program this year. We have, I think 20 different ballets that will be performed, so it hasn't, from what I understand, it hasn't been that many pieces in the rep being performed at City Center in a long time. So we have a bunch of different programs to see. We have a couple of revivals. One piece in particular, Masakela Langage, choreographed by Alvin Ailey. We have Winter Lisbon, choreographed by, that's another revival, choreographed by Billy Wilson.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
my brain. We also have The Hunt by our artistic director, as well as Vespers from Ulysses Dove, as well as a returning piece that premiered in the Lincoln Center season, Deep, choreographed by Mauro Vigazzetti, as well as a host of other different programs.
Now, I saw you in Deep.
Yes.
Okay, this was at the Lincoln Center season, and this is why I'm interviewing you. I was so impressed by your performance.
Thank you.
I've known you prior to Ailey, getting into the Ailey Company, and the one thing I noticed, you were always a very focused artist, but when I saw you perform, and you came right out the gate, your first performances with Ailey doing solo, and you commanded the stage. When someone does a solo, you kind of see inside their soul. And you were so spot on. And I said, when the season comes up, I gotta interview this guy.
Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you, because you see everything. So thank you. That was a surprise, to say the least. Extremely grateful. Jamar Roberts also does that role, and so I will have to be honest. It was pretty intimidating following Jamar Roberts because he is amazing. But I had the opportunity to, I tried to use it as inspiration instead of intimidation. And so, and I appreciate the honor to be able to perform that work. I had performed several solos in the organization. In Ailey 2, I got a chance to work with, I got a chance to perform, a work by Robert Moses.
Okay, good.
Robert Moses.
Well, you're better than me. I can listen next to someone and say, I'm talking to, what's your name? Don't feel bad about it.
Robert Moses. And so I think performing solos are pretty special. It's a lot of pressure, but I love being able to perform a solo because it's only you on the stage. And so whatever you do is valid in that moment. That it's not right or correct from the choreographers, and I haven't messed up on stage. So I'm grateful for that opportunity.
One of the things another point that I think is important to make is that when I called you earlier, a study in perseverance. So as you were at the Ailey school, you were in Ailey 2, and then something happened and you didn't make the progression from school to Ailey 2, the first company. But you didn't give up on your dream. You worked with other people, you kept your career going, and you kept your dance education going. And you had the privilege to work with people like Ron K. Brown, who is a major figure in the Ailey Company also.
Yeah, definitely. He is one of the, dare I say, one of the resident choreographers for the organization. I actually was introduced to the organization through Ailey Camp. One of the components of the organization is outreach, and Mr. Ailey, before he made his transition, I believe, paraphrasing his words, he said that his last dream was to have an Ailey Camp for inner city children, or disenfranchised children, or children who may not necessarily have the opportunity to go to dance class or may not be able to afford dance class. And so my mom forced me to go to the camp, and to my surprise,
Now, which Ailey camp was it?
Chicago, and this was 2001. Yeah, it was 2001. So 15 years ago, I was 13 years old, and I was forced to go to the camp, and I had fallen in love with the with Alvin Ailey himself, like hearing his story, and I saw a lot of parallels within my life. So I had gone to Ailey camp, and I was bitten by the dance bug. I went to, later on I went to school for performing arts in Chicago, and then I got a chance to work with the summer program. I got a fellowship to dance in the summer intensive. From there I went away to school, and I had come back to the Ailey organization as a fellowship student. From there I was I was an apprentice with Ailey 2 and became a member of Ailey 2. And after Ailey 2, I didn't get into the first company. I got a chance to work with Ronald K. Brown, whom I met as a student in the school because I did his workshop program. And so we stayed in communication, and I had a job after Ailey 2. So I worked with Ronald K. Brown for a couple of years. And I did freelance work after that, and in May of 2016, I auditioned for the company, and I was hired. So I just want to say that staying involved in the culture, in the scene, I guess you can say, is a better word for it, is important. Being able to, one thing that I appreciate is being able to dance for Ronald K. Brown, and it enhanced my dancing in ways that I probably wouldn't have received in other places. So I think for certain dancers who may become discouraged, because I did deal with that, I can't deny that I had become discouraged after Ailey 2 and I didn't get into the company, and I think I auditioned again and didn't get in, but just remaining focused on the work, be it dancing in a company, be it dancing in a pickup company. Some dancers dance in pickup companies, some dancers do projects, some dancers do, and I did several projects. I even discovered choreography. I had to choreograph.
And I have to say this, wonderful young choreographer. You have to see your work.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had the privilege of working with you with Delma Hill Performing Arts, and they presented your work in a showcase.
So I think staying involved in the scene, in the dance scene, in the environment. There's so many opportunities, as well as there are choreographers who from the Ailey company. I know Matthew Rushing and Hope Boykin. They're always choreographing, and they're always looking for assistance. I remember when Mr. Matthew Rushing choreographed Uptown. I was a student in the school, and he hired some of the students to workshop his choreography. That was some years back, but there's always, when there's a will, there's a way. Is that how you say it? If there's a will, there's a way.
There's a way. but you know what I found too, you have to remain focused.
Correct.
And you have to look past the disappointment to see the bigger picture, that the dance maybe is more important than the company I'm doing it with at the moment.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Look at, I think I touched on it before. Sometimes it's nice to change your environment because you can learn things that you may not saying that you wouldn't learn it in an environment that you're used to, but you can tap into qualities that you didn't know that you had.
Exactly.
I had to learn how to audition. I was not a good or the idea of auditioning always intimidated me. I don't feel like I was the best auditioner, and I had to learn how to cope with the anxiety that I experienced in auditions, and working with different choreographers and working in different styles helped expand my instrument.
Especially since now you're working in a repertory environment,
Which is extremely important. Yes, extremely important. And I think the experiences that I've had prior to coming to the company now and after Ailey 2 have helped me with the change of pace, because we're always we're always changing our hats, and I can't deny it was challenging at first. I felt like I was always trying to get back to neutral, if that makes sense. But yes, the Ailey company is one of the most diverse companies right now in terms of being able to work with choreographers like Ronald K. Brown and of course Mr. Ailey's work, as well as Matthew Rushing and Hope Boykin, as well as
well, right now in the background, there's Piazzolla playing.
by Paul Taylor, American Master.
I know you have to get back to rehearsal. And this is why all this energy is going on around since we're in rehearsal. If you had one final thought to look in the camera and tell young dancers, go for your dream, what would you tell them?
Go for your dream and embrace your own uniqueness. Don't become discouraged. Embrace it, cultivate it, be confident, and stay encouraged in that uniqueness that makes you who you are. One thing that Mr. Ailey said, and I'm paraphrasing his words, but he wasn't interested in cookie cutter dancers, and so just be aware of it and embrace it. I can't say that enough. Embrace it, embrace it, embrace it, embrace it.
Listen, thank you again for taking the time. I look forward to seeing you in the season.